for his deceased mother. This evening, Chicago mourns the loss of one of its bravest and finest. And we have another officer who is struggling and fighting for his very life. At approximately 9 p.m. this evening, at 63rd and Bell in the 8th District, officers from the CST unit conducted a traffic stop. During that traffic stop, there were 3 occupants of the vehicle, 2 male, 1 female. During that traffic stop, the officers were fired upon. They returned fire. During that exchange of gunfire, 2 officers were struck. 1 offender was struck. We have 2 offenders in custody and a weapon recovered on the scene. Both of our officers were rushed here to the University of Chicago Hospital, where 1 officer succumbed to her wounds. The other officer is currently fighting for his very life. We asked the city of Chicago to pray for both officers, their families, their fellow officers who are struggling with the facts of this. As I said, this is all preliminary information, and it will change as the detective investigation continues to unfold. At this time, there's nothing further I will offer for the investigation, but just ask that everyone please keep these officers behind me in your prayers. It's just another example of how the Chicago Police Department and these officers put their lives above that of others to protect this city day in, day out. Selflessly, they go out here and do their jobs. Thanklessly, they do it without asking for anything. They do it because they love it. They do it because it's something, a higher calling for them. And they do it because it's the right thing to do. And we ask that you keep them in their prayers and their family. And with that, I'll turn it over to the mayor.
I'll be brief. Obviously, our hearts ache for the loss of life. The officer who succumbed to her injuries was very young on the job, but incredibly enthusiastic to do the work. Had time to spend with her family, who was obviously grieving and distraught at the loss of life. As the first said, we must remind ourselves every single day. Our officers are fearless in the face of danger. They run to danger to protect us. We can never forget that. Never forget the sacrifices that they make every single day as we speak to protect people in neighborhoods, even in the face of violence. It's a very sad day, not just for the Chicago Police Department, and it is, but it's a very sad and tragic day for our city. There'll be more that we'll be able to share with members of the public as the detective investigation continues. We'll be out tomorrow. The superintendent will be back. We send him our condolences for the recent loss of his own mother. But as I said, this is a very tragic and sad day for our city, and pray for our officers. The men and women of this department deserve our support. They deserve our consideration, and they deserve our prayers every single day that they can return home safely to their families. Unfortunately, that didn't happen tonight, and our heart aches for the loss of life. Thank you.
Mayor Lori Lightfoot, and you also heard from